was doing the intro, you or me?
So basically, we're going to review the Bud Light on...
Budweiser?
Yeah, but it feels like Bud Light because...
It is only 0.3% stronger than what the people over in the States are getting for their Bud Light. 0.3. Their light equivalent is almost our standard.
So, there we go. That's why there's confusion with the name there. Budweiser, for me, used to be a good drink.
She was around when it was very popular.
It was a popular premium lager in the 90s, and they seem to have done a disservice to it for British people by lowering the ABV so much that now it seems like Bud Light that you get in the States.
I think to say a disservice is a bit of an understatement. They've quietly lowered and very much doctored the taste of the keg and the bottles and the cans and such, without even mentioning anything to the consumer. So the average person's just going to the store to buy some, and they're buying what they think is the normal Budweiser.
Like a Madry.
Yeah, that's the same as Madry or Chris Campo or 1664. It's got fresh branding on it, but it's not the same drink you're expecting.
It's not special, is it?
No, not special.
Show the glass you're going to use, the
So-
sign of respect. Rather than a Budweiser glass, we do have a Budweiser glass.
We do have a poppy glass here that we just got from the old White Horse. Very nice. Illustrated by Colin Waite, in case you can't read the text there. Well, hopefully you should be able to. It's a nice 4K camera.
And do you know what? That glass is really lovely. Happy to have paid for it and be contributing to the charities that support our veterans.
If only more people cared about the veterans. We just lived in a town that had a historic dockyard, very important to the wars, and it's not so big there as it is here. If only the rest of the country cared so much.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, who's going to get pouring, me or you?
I think I shall. Left or right?
Left one.
Left. Let's see it. I don't think that'll pick up the pour. Should I turn it around?
Oh, turn it round.
Yeah,
Sure.
turn it
Let's see if I can turn it around so you can get the old pour in.
There we go.
Up a little bit. There we go.
No
So I thought I
change
messed
the
this up now.
Pressure's on you.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Not
Not
bad at
bad
all.
at all.
Not bad. Let's turn that back. There we go. What?
It's settled. It's fine. Okay. Looks like what you'd expect. Golden colour. You can see some carbonation coming up through the glass. I think that is actually nucleated, that glass.
Can't complain.
Not a lot on the aroma.
Yeah, you're getting practically nothing. You're getting a faint smell of malt, but not much otherwise. What are you doing there?
So when one goes on, that's it.
I can really see it.
Yeah.
Paul's being cameraman.
I can't zoom in.
No.
I don't know how to, but I can move the camera in. So,
right up
there you go,
close.
look at that. It's wet.
The head has died down really quickly. Like I said, does anyone else remember the bottles that you used to get at Budweiser, and you used to get the King Bud, where it was the bigger bottle of Budweiser? They were really good back in the day.
Back on you.
So
They're on the preview on the front, I'm not in it anymore.
I know.
I was before.
This is what I kept telling you.
Yeah.
That's where you can't see the front. What you see leaves
Yeah,
out
it's a little
that
bit
much.
cropped, yeah.
Do you think I am silly?
I think that just before I've even sipped this, I drank a little bit of Budweiser from Europe, and I tried a bit before they lowered it. It's a little bit watered down. The taste is just lacking slightly, even aside from the percentage lowering, and I could say that before I've even sipped it.
it's a really light-bodied beer.
Yeah. You just don't get much out of it.
It lacks those distinct flavours that it used to have. It really used to have.
And it still has if you get it from Europe or internationally in general.
Remember some in Europe have dropped down the ABV as well?
Must be a recent change. I
Wow.
haven't heard of that.
So where do I go on this? It has a little bit of sweet malt, a tiny bit of citrus, and not much of anything else for
I
me.
think it's giving it extra credit to say that it has a taste of citrus. I don't taste any citrus in that at all. I get a faint taste of malt, a little bit of breadiness, and that's it. This might sound a little bit off to some people, but it reminds me of when I did a Skull review and I was able to just neck the entire thing because of how tasteless it was. If it wasn't for the extreme carbonation they put in these kegs, which on live streams I've had to complain about because I was unable to drink it because of how carbonated it is.
You find
I'd be
this
able to just
overly
neck it.
carbonated, don't you?
It
To
is-
the point where it's...
I drink a lot of soda. I like my stuff carbonated. Don't get me wrong. This is just doing too much, you know. When you're putting a little bit too much carbonation into it, it's like fizz bomb. I'm not looking for crackling candy here. I'm looking for I'm looking for a nice beer, you know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Budweiser is no longer king of beers. It is generic, it is bland, wishy-washy, and although I find it drinkable, poor boy on a deal, so someone's got to drink it in this household. I'm not going to waste it.
Yeah, I've been known to have a few on a live stream. I won't lie and say it's undrinkable. I can probably drink all
Because
day
it's
of
so
it.
nothingy.
Because of the lack of any depth or any flavor, you can drink it. It's just you can get it down.
You
know,
find
it's
it
like-
bloats you though because of the carbonation.
Yeah, the carbonation really puts me off. I actually had to, with some of my last pints, put a spoon into it and stir it around to try and get rid of some of it.
It's been
was
too bloated from
carbonated.
it.
See, I don't mind a burp. I think it's a natural reflex, whatever, yada yada. But I don't want to be burping all night like a damn pig. And that's what a keg like this would have you doing. And this is the second one, by the way. The first one was no different. It was equally as tasteless, equally as overcarbonated, you know.
I just think it's a shame when a big branded name becomes very
Gentrified.
and just a little bit wishy-washy, a little bit nothingy. You literally could be drinking anything. There's no standout features for this anymore.
Yeah, if you told me this was whatever beer that I hadn't tried before off of whatever keg, I'd believe you. I wouldn't be able to tell this apart from another similarly ABV, similarly tasting beer. There's nothing distinct about it.
There's nothing that's going to draw me back to this keg.
And we don't mean to be horrendous Debbie Downers here, but there's nothing else you can really say about it. There's no like redeeming qualities. There's no great aftertaste. There's no Pilsner light or whatever. There's nothing.
When you think
Yeah.
of the perfect draft machine and the options that you have on there,
Yeah, when you think of all the different
that's not going to where
availability
you've
of
got to
kegs,
put
your coin, is
you
it?
can think of the T.I.T blonde out this year, even the Modelo, which I didn't even think was that great on keg compared to the bottle, but even that is greater than this. Or even some of the ones you've had around for a while, the Franciscan Hogan and all that. They're different kinds of beer, sure, but you can get them the same on your machine. Which one are you getting? This or that? I think the choice is pretty clear.
Unfortunately, they've done themselves a disservice by watering it down, making it lesser than what it used to be.
You can see just from the lacing there. The lack thereof.
There's a lack of lacing on the glass. It's become really bulk standards, and unfortunately, not deserving of a title and a name that's recognised in most households anymore.
To say the least.
And as we started off this video, it's barely even stronger than Bud Light now that you get in the States.
And Bud Light in the States comparing to standard Budweiser, that is a joke beer to a lot of Americans, which is practically our standard beer. They're laughing at us. They do, they laugh. You know?
So there we go. I'm going to conclude this review that it's very bulk standard. I can drink it, but would I choose to drink it? No, it's not what I'm going to pick out of the lineup of the
Would
kegs
I
that you
buy
can
it?
buy.
No, I would not buy it. But if I could get it on a discount, yes. if I get it on a strong enough discount, just for the sake of getting a discount. It never feels bad to get a discount. But,
Always tastes a little bit better with discount.
yeah. But then you drink something like this and you think maybe the discount ain't worth it.
So,
Score.
score,
Oh.
I'm going to give it a 5.
A 5 is being generous. The first number that came to my mind, maybe this was a little harsh, is a 3. But I bump it up to a 4 in retrospect because I can actually drink it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I think that's all we got to say, really.
It is.
Yeah. Catch you next time.